Hi everyone, welcome to week 3 Drupal training program. Today we are going to talk about user management in a Drupal. Okay, when we talk about user management, there are many things will come in our mind. So within that, we are going to see roles and permissions level of functionality, then user account settings, then creating user account and user generated account and reset password functionality, then creating a new roles and assigning them permissions. That and all we can discuss in today's topic in the user management. Okay, so roles and permissions. So by default, Drupal core package, it comes with three level of users. So one is anonymous user role and authenticated user role and admin user role. When we install the Drupal application, initially we will configure one user account. That will be considered as a primary admin user account, which will be in an admin user role. Other than that, if you have created any user account, that will be fall in the authenticated user. By default, admin all the user will be an authenticated user. It can consider. Other than that, anonymous user role, which will be not the user is not in the database user entry. Okay, they will consider as an anonymous user. Okay, so default user roles and permissions will be configured. We can see in the next slide. Then we talk about user account settings. So in the uh, Drupal installation, you can navigate admin config people accounts so that you can access the user account level settings. I will share the Chrome level Chrome browser also. Okay. So this is the area we are going to talk about it. Yeah, I navigated this account settings, configuration, people account settings. This is the navigation part. Here we can talk, we can see about the account settings. So contact settings, you can enable this checkbox for the contact form. Then for anonymous, which role you have considered as. Instead of anonymous, you can put it as a guest also. So instead of saying anonymous, you can call them as a guest. Okay, for anonymous user. Admin role, you can define it here. Other than that, administrator, you may create another role, means it will come in the drop down. You can put it them as a admin role. Okay. Then below to the, we have a registration and the cancellation sections. Here only we have to consider about user registration. Who is going to register user account? Either admin means you have to choose the admin only part. Either visitor means visitor only can create the account. Visitor but admin approval is required, which means anyone can create an account, but admin role has to approve them. Then only they can access the website. Okay, for that purpose, we have these options. Then this is the email verification for account creation and enable password strength indicator also. You can, if you want, you can put it. You can enable it. When canceling user account, you can configure it uh, whether you want to disable the account and you can keep the content, or else you want to delete account and content also. And second option is disable the account and unpublish their content. Uh, as a visitor, they can come to your site and register, and they may create some content. If you want to keep the content and you can delete the account also, you can do. Or else if you want to delete the content and account also, you can do. Okay, that is the configuration here. Otherwise, you can put it the unpublished, you can put it the published content as anonymous user after delete the user account. Okay, for that purpose, we have to configure these settings. Then notification email addresses. This notification email addresses is the from address. Whenever you do the sign up, whenever the visitors do the sign up in your Drupal application, they may receive a welcome email, right? So for within that email, we need to specify the from address. Okay, then the from address needs to be configured here. Okay, And below that, we have a set of email template will be pre-configured in the Drupal core packages. This is the welcome email. If you want, you can change this email part. Okay. Say for example, this user display name, this is the default comes as a token. If you want, you can use another model, which is token module. If you want, you can install that additional module from the Drupal.org. Their module will provide more token. Within that, you can place whatever you want within your mail. Okay. As of now, use a display name, say for Shankar, a site admin at d9.com has created an account for you. This is how the email will be user will get once they sign up. Okay, this is the welcome approval, awaiting approval email templates. You can find it here. Okay, then user this is the welcome awaiting approval. Then this is the admin waiting approval. Then yeah, this is how we have about 10 email templates will be pre-configured. If you want, you can change it. Okay, once the user comes in your website, once they signed up, they will get the email. Once the user account is approved, they will get an email. Once the user blocked and the activation and the cancellation and the for the password recovery. So these are the admin templates. We can take a look at it. Okay, I hope you understand this part. Next, we move on. This one. Sorry. Abhishek, will you able to see my presentation? Abhishek? Okay, I know. Okay, let me check. Okay, okay. Thanks, Amit and Abhishek. So then I talked about registration and I talked about cancellation, then email part. I will come to the Drupal part after these slides. Then we are going to creating a user account. Okay, so as an admin, how do you want to create a user account? Whether admin want to user create account or user themselves want to create account. Two cases are there in the user account creation part, which is the registration part. Okay, I will open it in a incognito mode. Guys, will you able to see my screen? Incognito mode. Okay, let me share. Okay, so this is the incognito mode. I have opened the d9.localhost/user login. Here we have a user account registration part. Okay, so whether the user comes in, they can create themselves through this form, create an account. Okay, otherwise, as a user, you can navigate to people and add user. There you need to create a user account. By default, what could be the user role that you can configure? Otherwise, the user comes via this user generate this registration form. It will come to your approval, means you can check the roles here. Okay, and if you don't want hello, am I audible? I got a notification. Guys, please respond. Am I audible? Sorry for that. Thanks, Abhishek. Okay, so this is the part use admin can create a user account. By default, if the visitor comes to create an account, you can configure what will be the default role. That also you can do. Maybe I haven't checked that actually. By default, you can create what would be the user role. Okay, so that you can install another module, default user role module, so that you can achieve that. Actually, I have used that module. I forgot the name. I will let you know the later. Okay, so about manage fields. So by default, user registration form will come with this part: email address and the username and the picture. Okay, so these are the two fields. It's a mandatory. So that purpose, they put it as a picture as an optional field. Whether if you want, you can kept it. Otherwise you can delete it. Okay. Okay. So if you want, you can create another field to navigate in this part. Say for example, if you want a date of birth, you can select a date field. You can configure like that. Okay. Once the user field is finalized, you have to go for the manage form display. How do you want to display the registration form? That you can manage it here. Okay. So say for example, if I don't want picture, means you can put it in the track disabled, means that won't come in this registration form. Okay, this will be hidden, display. Then about custom display settings, if you want, you can enable the registration, which means you can have a two display mode. One is the default to display mode, another one is the registration display mode. The registration display mode, if you want, you can configure some of the core thing like a username and the email and the mobile number. That is enough for the registration as of now. Later part, if you want to enable date of birth, the gender, like that, means you can enable it in the default. You got my point? Registration is only for the anonymous user. They are going to create an account in the Drupal registration form. This is the registration form they will consider. And by default mode will be, once the user comes in, if they logged in, they can edit their profile, right? Within that, this default mode will be rendered. The default mode form will be visible for them. Within that, let's say an example. This is the picture I have enabled in the default mode. And for registration, I want to disable it. Okay. So what I did for the user registration form, I won't collect the picture. But when the user edit their profile, they can get it. I just refresh the page.
Hello, Shankar.
Yeah, yes, Amit.
Sorry to disturb. We can see only incognito mode. Are you showing admin panel thing? Are you
So you are
explaining
not,
admin panel?
please let me know if you are not able to see. Currently, I'm
Oh,
opening the incognito only, Amit.
internet.
Yeah,
Currently, we
incognito.
can see admin incognito only. Okay.
Yeah, incognito only I'm showing. Okay. Okay, Amit.
Yes, yes, okay.
Yeah, thank you, Amit. So what I did, I disabled that picture from the registration part. Once I disabled it, it won't come in this registration part. Okay. Will you able to see my default admin interface now, Amit? If you are not able to see, please let me know.
No, no, we are not able to see.
Okay, sorry. How about now?
No.
Let me share my desktop itself. Otherwise, now,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So we'll be able to see my admin interface, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just navigating to the edit my profile. Within that, you can see the disabled picture. Okay, okay. Will you able to see now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the purpose. We are using the two display modes. So display modes, we can use it as per our needs. Whenever we have a requirement, we can do using this display modes. Default display mode and another one is the registered display modes. If you want, you can create another display mode through our coding part. That display mode also will come over here. If you want, you can configure it like that. Okay. Then we move on. Creating roles and permissions, assigning the permissions. Okay. So let me move on the under the pupil, we have a roles. Once click on the roles, we can see the default roles that we already discussed in the slide. So we have anonymous user, and authenticated user, and admin user. Okay. Say for example, for your accounting related purpose, if you want an accountant, he only is going to take care about the invoice generation and that kind of stuff. Means you have to provide them some level of permissions for that particular content type. You can enable the permission, right? So let me currently we have a article and a page type content. If you have created a invoice as a content type, and assume like invoice content is available, let me create another role which is accountant. I'm just saying for the demo purpose only. So accountant role is created newly, and we can assign them permissions through this tab. Okay, so this is the permission level area. Accountant role will come over in the permission part. So you should navigate to the content area. Yeah, here it is, the node level permissions. Which role you want to create a content? Which role you want to delete any content? So create a content, create any content, delete any content, and delete own content. If you want, you can configure whatever the permissions level you want. As an accountant, assume like a invoice content is created. Once invoice content type is available, we will have another row, create invoice new content, which means we have to enable like this, like this. You may already configure it, but for the demo purpose, I am saying again, create a new content. If they want to delete any content, means you can configure like that. So these kind of permissions we need to enable through this interface. This is the permissions page, and any edit any content, edit one content. Some of the content you should restrict for some roles, right? Once the user generated roles, once the user the account is generated, you can assign them any roles, right? Based on the roles, they have access to your Drupal application. If some of the permissions level you want to enable, means you can create your custom permissions level. Though, so the permissions level will come over in this page, permissions page. That is comes in the coding part. We can discuss later. Few more after few more webinar, we can cover that permissions level of coding part. Okay. So once we created the permissions level, it will come into the interface. You can enable the checkbox. Okay, that is how this permissions level in working in the Drupal application. So currently, some of this is the anonymous user. They can use the search form. Okay, you can refer anonymous user. Whatever the checkbox is enabled, you can check it. View published content. If you want to restrict all the content access for the anonymous user, if you want to restrict them only the user, in a Drupal application only have to access means you should uncheck the checkbox, which is view published content. You should not expose to the anonymous user means you can enable it here. Okay. And what is there? We have user restricted HTML text format. That also, if you want, you can. This is the restricted HTML and all. You can refer it in a content part. When we create an article, already we have talked about yesterday about the content authoring, text formats, and editors and all. Okay, so I want to highlight that yesterday, but I forgot about it. So these are the things: basic HTML, restricted HTML. These are the things I talked about yesterday about content authoring under configuration. This one. So this is the filter. We have enabled the restricted HTML for the anonymous user. Why means anonymous user can do anything. They may crack the website. They can put some a script within your what I can say in your command part. So which means you should restrict them with the restricted HTML. Within that, they can have a basic level HTML like italic and bold. That kind of tag only they can use. They cannot create anchor tag. They cannot create any other script related thing. Or else we can put it as a plain text. We can refer it as a plain text for the anonymous user. For the authenticated user, we can enable full HTML or basic HTML. If they are violate, we can ban their account. Then they will move on as an anonymous user. Then they can't do the violation part. Okay, this is how we need to cover that filter part. So I talked about permissions for the anonymous user. Pretty much we covered the today topic, which is the 40 minutes duration. I covered the user management part, roles and assigning permission to them. Then end of this slide, I show you the task for today program. So the action oriented step is you already in the past two classes, I asked you to create a local setup. Within that, you should create your local Drupal 9 application. Then for the today topic, the action oriented step is you need to create some block level content. You need to restrict them user permission level project with anonymous user. So anonymous user cannot see the block. Authenticated user only can see the block. Okay, how you can do it? Within the just navigate to the structure block layout. I have used the admin toolbar menu, so that only I have this kind of interface. If you are not using admin toolbar, you won't get this interface. So this is the easy navigation. So block layout are already in the landing in the page. Let's say for sidebar first, we can see the yesterday we generated dummy content, right? We can search with node. Sorry, it's not available. Let me check recent content. So recent content, we can place a block in the sidebar first. Okay, I have created it. Top 10 will be there. If you want, you can create a recent content. Recent nodes. If you want, you can change that label also. Which content type you want to render over. I have enabled the article and basic page. If you want any restriction on the page level means you can do. As of now, I enabled this for the front end page. And I don't want to see anonymous user this block. Okay. Once I saved it, this block will be available only for the, sorry for the mistake. I have enabled it only for the anonymous user. Sorry for that mistake. So authenticated user or admin user only can see this window. I mean this block. Which means if I am navigating to the home page, in the sidebar we will see the newly created block. Sorry, it's not available. Let me check. I am not able to see. Let's check. Block is entering there or not. Maybe since we have created the dummy content, it won't be available. I'm not sure about it. Let's create a basic block. Okay. Okay, we can take it as an example. Search for the, we can restrict the search block. Okay. Sorry for that. I need to check that what I'm wrong. I don't know. I have enabled the search block only for the authenticated user and the admin user. Once you save it, let's do the refresh. See, this search bar is already available. I just enabled the permission level. Currently, I logged in as an admin role, so I'm able to see this search box. In the incognito window, I have already we opened that page. Once I refresh, this search bar will gone. Okay, let me do the refresh. Watch this. Watch it. See, we'll be able to see the search block is not available for the anonymous user. So this is how the user permission level will render in the Drupal application. So this is the today task. I'm going to ask you to create a block user level permission level. You have to configure. So we close the session. If you have any question, please clarify. Let me stop the recording.